If you are wondering how to invest your first $1,000, in this video, I will go back to the decisions that I made 6 years ago when I first set out on this journey. How and where to invest your first $1,000 comes down to these 6 factors, starting with your life situation. This is the most obvious one of the lot. Yet, it requires a skill that is highly critical for you to possess: self-awareness. As Aristotle said, self-awareness is the beginning of all wisdom. It is very important for you to analyze and assess what your life situation is. Where are you in life? How much money are you making? What kind of a career do you have? What are your monthly expenses? What are your savings like? You also need to understand what are your negotiables and non-negotiables in life. What are you seeking out of your life? Answering these questions is extremely important. Added to these questions are some of the factors such as, do you have 3 to 6 months of money saved for any kinds of unforeseen circumstances? These could be loss of job, health-related problems, other unforeseen expenses that might show up. And lastly, it is very important to consider if you have any kind of high interest debt meaning like credit card debt. It is very important to pay that off. Once you address all of these questions and factors, the next thing that you need to do is to ignore your environment and focus on your skills. We are constantly bombarded by external environmental factors which affect us directly or indirectly. For instance, a friend of yours invests into a crypto or a business and makes a sweet return. Just because your friend invested in that investment doesn't mean you have to step into it and do the same. You have to assess the situation that your friend is in right now and you are in right now. Maybe your friend understands that industry really, really well, and that is why they made a sweet return. With your lack of knowledge in that industry, you try to replicate the same thing. It might be fatal for you and you might end up losing the money that you instead should not have lost. Also, your friend's situation might be a little bit different. Maybe you are an independent person who lives alone and pays all of your bills. As opposed to that, your friend rather lives with their parents and hence they don't have to pay any rent or food expenses, so they can afford to take that little bit of higher risk tolerance which they have. Instead, what you should do is understand what kinds of businesses or industries are you most passionate about, the ones that you know a lot more about as compared to other people, and then find opportunities within these industries to generate passive income, something that could later in the future be converted to active income. If you feel like you're getting value from this content, subscribe to my channel for more content. The third point is to invest in you. Whenever we speak about investments, everybody's mind immediately goes to investing in stocks, crypto, real estate, and I'll come to these things a little bit later in the video, so make sure you stay until the end of the video. There is one investment though which is bigger than all of these, and that is investing in yourself. For instance, let's just say you make $20 an hour right now and you take these $1,000 and you invest it towards a certification that gives you skills that are high in demand in your industry. Once you complete the certification, you can either negotiate a higher pay and go up to $25 an hour, or you could switch your job and make $30 an hour. This switch from $20 to $30 an hour is about a 50% increase in your hourly wage. I made a decision like this 4 years ago when I decided to get my MBA. I was in engineering, I wanted to be in business, and I had absolutely zero business skills. But after getting the MBA, not only did I get a lot of business skills, but I acquired a lot of life skills. And as a sweet return on it, I got a pay bump of about 60% in my job post MBA. Imagine the amount of disposable income that anyone would have by investing in themselves and going through this path, and the amount of extra income that you now have could be used to live a better life, or you could use it to gain a lot of experiences, which brings me to point number 4, that is experiences over material possessions. A lot of research done around this area from several sources indicates that people derive a lot more happiness from experiences than material possessions. Go back to the time when you last bought a phone, a camera, a car, or new clothes. Although you did rave about it for a couple of days, however, the newness and that excitement was gone. In contrast to this, if you had invested all of that money into gaining experiences such as traveling, or maybe checking some of those things off of your bucket list that have been there for a very long time, such as for some people they could be skydiving, it could be scuba diving, or it could be hiking. The kind of experience you gain while living through these moments, the people that you meet, the butterflies, and all of the memories that you build stay with you for the rest of your life. So if you are someone who is either seeking out new experiences or is done with all of the material possessions and wants to experience their life in a much and a bigger context, this one is for you. Long-term investments over short-term investments. Whenever you are investing, it is extremely important to have that long-term vision and forecast. If you're a beginner investor, it is not advisable for you to go buy individual stocks as they carry a lot of risks. You are better off in this case investing with a robo-investor, or if you're slightly more experienced, then investing in an S&P 500 index fund or going for an electronic traded fund or an ETF. When investing, it is also important to know that this investment should be in for at least 10 years and that you stay consistent by using the dollar cost averaging method. Consistency is the key here. Do not try to time the market. Even pros like Warren Buffett and Ray Dalio cannot do that. It is a rookie mistake. I've tried that and it doesn't work. Which brings me to continuous learning. Even after you figured out your area of investment, it is extremely important for you to constantly monitor your portfolio and learn new skills or acquire knowledge through coaching, mentorship, or by taking courses. Learning new skills will always make sure that you stay ahead of your competition. Click here to watch a video for high income skills that you need to master, or watch another video on my channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.